Bracket finals, and Clem and Reynor are already approaching, already getting ready. No jacket, no more for Reynor. He's warmed up, he's ready to, well, maybe beat some Terrans this time, we'll see. And yeah, I'm not gonna ask too much about strategies because obviously you guys don't wanna spoil anything, but I'm wondering, you were already a few times in Poland, so I wanted to ask, what's your favorite memory, maybe a food, maybe Polish pizza that you tried in Poland, and how do you like there? What do you like here?
I'm just a big fan of Poland in general. I think the people are amazing. I think the food overall is amazing, but I don't have like a specific memory about food. I just think every time I was here, I had a great time overall.
Always good times, nice. What about you, Clem?
I like pierogis.
Okay, now that we know that, we can begin the upper bracket finals. It's gonna be a banger. Basilisk Reynor against Team Liquid Clem. Let's go, guys. Let's go, let's start.
Let's go, let's go. Again, we are going to be jumping into the upper bracket finals. The upper bracket finals here. It's been an intense tournament already here. We are 9 hours in. We're 9 hours in, baby, 9 hours in, and we got plenty more StarCraft to come, as it's going to be best of 5 upper bracket finals here between Clem and Reynor. Vitas are done. Game 1 is going to be on Ultra Love, Game 2 Persephone, Game 3 Torches, Game 4 talking about Game 5 going to be on Ley Lines as well. The StarCraft does not end, and we are now jumping in. Lobby has been made. We are jumping into our series. Let's go. Let us go. If you're in the chats, Gamba time will be upon us momentarily. Momentarily, of course, once we get into our game. We'll get there. We'll get there. Don't you worry. Stay strong. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'm going to be fine here for the upper bracket finals. But I don't know how long it's going to take to get to the grand finals is the problem. Like, the lower bracket is progressing. Don't get me wrong. It is slowly progressing. The lower bracket is getting there. But we'll see. It should be fine. It should be fine. I mean, coming into this, I did expect this to be like at least like a 12-hour event. So we still got like 4 hours. Still got like around 4 hours to go. So we'll be good. We'll be good. I've got my water. I've got my agüita. Actually, I should have refilled this just before. As you can see, it is empty. So I should have refilled this before the series. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll be fine. Players are ready. We're jumping into our game. Game 1 on Ultra Love. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Also, great to hear from the two. Reynor having a more general. No, I love Poland. Meanwhile, Clem, he likes pierogis. Pierogis, baby, pierogis. I like them too. Pierogis are good. They are good. There's a lot of nice Polish cuisine. For sure. A lot of it's very cabbage intensive, for sure. There's a lot of pickled items as well. But I'm all for it. As here we go, we're jumping into our first best of 5 and spawning in the bottom lane corner of Ultra Love. We have, oh, Jesus. Un momento. I was freaking out for a moment there. But here, spawning in the bottom corner of Ultra Love, we have our Italian Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the Red Terran, the Red Terran player himself, the French Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Mi agüita, sí, mi agüita, water in Spanish. But here we go. We have the upper bracket finals. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Timing similar to House. True. Is very similar to House. True. As we open up 2x Reaper. Let's go. 2x Reaper out of Clem. The goal here is to go into Mass Reaper, is to contain the Zerg player on 2 bases and to delay their 3rd base for as long as possible. So an aggressive start here from Clem. And welcome to Ultra Love. Ultra Love has a shorter rush distance by ground. Ultra Love, because that aggression is favored. And this screams 8 racks. We'll get there, but 2-Rax Reaper leads into a 2-on-1 with early stim, can lead into early E-base, can lead into a heavy bio commitment on 3 bases, and 8-Raxes hit like a truck on Ultra Love. They hit very, very hard. It can be very difficult to hold on to. That's going to be later on in the mid game. For now, we begin with 2-Rax Reaper. Meanwhile, standard opener out of Reynor, going hatch gas pool. Overlord does confirm the Raxes, so Reynor, he is now aware what's coming his way. For all he knows, it could be a third Rax further back in the main base, so it's going to be on Reynor to confirm whether or not there's a CC and whether or not there is another Rax. That's why you can see the Overlord going further in to get an idea as to what's going on. And we'll confirm the timing of the command center. So with that, he's now aware, of course, that it is going to be only 2 Raxes. There we go, does confirm the CC. Behind this, Reynor, he still goes for the third base. Bold move here from Reynor. Does go for the third. Back at home, Link speed is on the way. He pulls it completely out of gas. Drone's under fire. Lings are trying to buy time. The second queen was delayed in favor of the expansion, in favor of the hatchery. It's going to be an even more difficult defense as a result, as a lot of Lings are going down. It's going to be 1, 2, 3 Zerglings falling. 4 Zerglings. Jesus, 4 Zerglings go down. The queen waddles in. And Reynor, he will hold. He will hold on. Now again, as a reminder, the reason why so many Lings went down, the reason why there's only 1 queen is because of this hatchery. The hatchery was earlier than normal. I'll say faster hatchery. As the queens, they will deflect. Again, Link speed is on the way. And once Link speed kicks in, should be able to hold on. Behind this, third CC. So it's going to be 3 CC 2-on-1 follow-up here out of Clem. Pokes in. Reapers do pull away. Up. They do pull away in time. Queens are getting low. Reynor holds. Ooh, Reynor does hold. Reynor does survive. The Speedlings, they move out. They can chase down the initial Reapers. And, oh, the Jukes. Jukes are nice. And again, as I mentioned before, the initial 2-Rax Reaper goes into a 2-on-1 variation. It's going to be 3 CC 2-on-1, and we'll keep an eye on the E-base. If we go for early double E-bay, really early double E-bay, that would scream 8-Rax. We're not there yet. We assume that's where we were going at the start of the game, but we'll get there. As finally the Reapers are being cleaned up, finally they're going to be going down. Takes down all the Reapers, and let's have a look at the trades here. 3 Reapers for 11 Lings for 1 Overlord, which 1 Overlord went down earlier, and a drone as well. Not bad. Not a bad trade here from Clem. As he's building up his Marines, he's waiting for Sim, waiting for his Medivacs. There it is, double eBay. Yeah, double eBays before the additional Raxes. This screams 8-Rax, which again, we called at the start, but it's because it's standard. Like, I say standard, it's very common. It's very common, especially on Ultra Love. So we're going to be rushing into 1-1, then we're going to be rushing into 2-2, and that 2-2 timing, that is going to be the timing. That is going to be the go-to for Clem. Meanwhile, we just see that Reynor back at home, he's getting the early Evo Chamber into +1 carapace. That is the go-to response to get into the +1 carapace upgrade to help deal with the bio timing. Behind this, needs to saturate on 3 bases. We need a 4th expansion as well, just for larva. And Lings are amassing. Reynor is getting ready for the push. He's getting ready for the move out. Here he comes. Reynor does spot this. It's getting ready. There's the 4th base, expanding away from the Terran. As Clem moves out, Reynor, he's moving in. Reynor, he can hit the 3rd. He can, I mean, there's a full wall here at the natural. As Lings, they get 1 SCV. Clem sims in. Sims in, takes out the Overlord, does surrender the Queens. There's 8 Queens to defend. All the Queens are brought together. Reynor holds. Reynor does hold on. Now it goes for a 2nd Evo Chamber. Lair is on the way. 2nd Evo Chamber for +1 melee, and soon a Bailey Nest as well. Now I say soon Bailey Nest. Reynor, he has been very fond of this style to go Ling into Infestor into Ultra. I'm not too fond of it myself. I don't think I've seen I was about to say I don't think I've seen it work. I saw it work during KSL. During the most recent KSL, we saw it work against Beyond. But then a couple of days later, during the What is TV Monday, Beyond completely shut it down. Like, Beyond, he just needed to face off against it once to really shut it down. There we go. Thankfully, Baneliness. So Reynor is going Link Bane. He's not skipping Banelings. As he comes in for this round. Around, will shut down the army. Medivacs are so low. We have another 3 Raxes on the way. That is so far going to be, yeah, the 8 Rax setup. So here we go. So the 8 Rax is upon us. This is going to be a 3-base all-in, for those who are curious. So 3-base all-in here by Clem. Rallying mass marine tank. Speaking of, first 2 tanks have arrived, and he's headed for the 4th. And without Bailey's speed, I don't think we can hold on. I'll be honest. Marines, they stim in. At the same time, Lings, they do hit the 3rd. Nicely done. Nice run by. Nice counterattack. This expansion does fall. So Clem does react, does pull away in time. Does not get surrounded. Gets a queen. Nice target firing. Gets 1, 2, 3, 4 queens going down. And again, Clem didn't really lose many SCVs. He lost 5 SCVs. He pulled away his workers to his reinforcements, but the workers did survive. Mining was denied, but now it's getting back up and running. And Reynor's hurting. Reynor, he's hurting, he's in trouble. He's trying to buy time for bailing speed. He's re-expanding on the left-hand side, resaturating. But again, Clem is not stopping. He's not slowing down. 2-2 has begun. We spoke about that 2-2 timing, but honestly, Clem he's achieving quite a lot even before that with 1-1. Nice thing, counterattack, gets a full surround. Yeah, Marines are going down, SCV's gonna be falling as well. Clem, he actually F2'd back home for a moment there. He has Lings that get into the main base. That should not have happened. Clem was like, oh no, the Bailings! Yeah, Bailings getting, Bailings catching at Clem. Clem is getting called out, massive connections. And with that Clem, he may just, yeah, he will lose everything here. Reynor, he holds. Reynor, he holds. He wreaks havoc. Every SCV is going to be going down. Again, this one run by is winning in this game. It forced Clem to commit even harder. No! Bailey's ain't crash in. And Reynor holds. Reynor, he holds. He shuts down the 8 Racks. He shuts down the all-in. Again, Clem, he was not able to keep up with the run by with the counterattack. He was caught with his pants down. The pants were down. And Reynor, he will start off this series with a win. Clem is down to 34, SCV's down to barely an economy. He tries to engage, taking more Banelings to the face. Reynor is massing up more Lings behind this. He's got 1-2 upgrades. Just going for the CC itself. Oh my god. Does force a lift. And can it be repaired? Up! 12, 10, 8, 7, 6. The boys are here now. They don't get every time. GG gets called, and Reynor takes game and number 1. Whew. GG. Reynor, he does take the game. He does take a lead in the series. Again, it all came down to that Ling run by, as we were mentioning. The Ling run by was able to get into the natural and the main, and that should not have happened. That should not have happened. The Ling counterattack can wreak havoc at the 3rd base, where you can just pick up and lift and evacuate, but it did so much more than that. It did critical game-ending damage. We saw that Clem, he was trying to make a final stand at his 3rd base, but to lose the expansion, I mean, there was no comeback potential. There was no way back into that. GG, well played. Reynor takes a lead. As now we're getting into game number 2. And again, Clem had a really strong start, like winding it back a little bit here. Clem had a very strong start with the 1-1 timing. He killed the expansion, he killed the queens, he traded well against the Lings, he was knocking down the bases of Reynor. Like, it was a really strong start from Clem, but it all kind of fell on its head, or switched on its head when it came to the Ling counterattack, when it came to the run by. As with that, Reynor was able to cripple the economy, was able to catch out the reinforcements as well, and allow for a better fight out on the map. GG. GG, well played, and with that, we're now getting into game number 2. It's not over. Now it is. Cap. Here we go. GG. Termina el juego cuando se pierde la primera base principal. I mean, as we were trying to mention, typically a Ling run by like that doesn't get into the bases, doesn't get into the main, doesn't get into the natural. Because of that, there was no kind of safe point to fall back to reinforce and to hold and to defend. Everything just very quickly, very quickly escalated out of control. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yeah. But here we go. We are now getting into our next game. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the Italian Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Basilisk, leading the series 1-0, getting proxied. Let's go. It is Reynor. De nada. As spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid, going for the proxy 2 racks. It is Clem. So if 2 racks Reaper doesn't work back at home, why not throw down not just 2? There's a 3rd SCV on the way. So proxy, 3 racks, mass marine, bunker rush on the way here from Clem. Now, what is scary about a proxy 3 racks is that you have to respond in different ways if it's a 2 or 3 racks. Against a 2 racks, you can defend, you can pull the boys, and you can defend your natural, and you can buy some time quite nicely. Against a 3 racks, it's harder to justify pulling the drones just because there are going to be more marines and they can punch you that much harder. Because that you do need I would say a spine crawler to help defend. You have to be a little bit more conservative here with your bases at your natural, as this is even more committed. Ideally, what Clem wants to do is reveal 2 SCVs. Reveal 2 SCVs, reveal the bunker, and have Reynor respond by pulling the boys. And then he overreacts, he overextends with the boys, with the drones, and then with extra marines, Clem can just wreak havoc, deal critical damage, and just snowball from there. So currently, Reynor, he doesn't see the 3rd SCV. He doesn't see the 3rd racks. He doesn't know. And he does pull the boys. Yeah, we have the spine crawler on the way. The boys are being pulled. So far, the marines, they slow step back. So far, they get 1. There we go. We do have one gets surrounded. Yeah, big surround. 1 marine does fall. Oh, can he get a 2nd? Oh, barely does. Yeah, takes down 2 marines, and the final marine is going to be forced back. With that, 3 marines are dealt with, and Lings, they pop. They pop, they defend, they force a cancel on the bunker. The spine crawler is almost done, and Reynor, he's shutting this down. Reynor, he is shutting this down completely. For the first 2 marines to get surrounded, that was brutal. And that's going to be defense. That's going to be defense here. The spine crawler completes. The boys can pull back to mining. And this is falling on its face. On the one hand, Reynor, he lost 6 drones. True, but he can redrone. He can safely redrone. He can safely resaturate. Ideally, with a proxy like this, you want to build up your marines over time and snowball out of control, but there was no build-up. There was no build-up. In the end, Reynor shut him down. And in the end, Reynor holds. Reynor, he holds nicely. Behind this, going to be able to saturate. And again, really impressive defense. Really impressive defense here by Reynor. Again, he was able to get that surround early. He caught that first marine against the wall. I mean, that was the moment for Reynor. And back at home, there's nothing. There's just nothing here. There's no factory. There's no racks. There's no production. You can see the racks as they actually land again. Let's go. I actually really like this. They land once again. But this time they're queens. This time they're queens. There's a spine crawler. Lings, they turn back around. Marines are building up once again. They do force a lift. There's 3 marines left. Up to 4. Nice, stutter stepping. And again, they do kite well against this. Oof. Nice target firing. As 3 marines do survive. They trade well against the Lings, and Reynor going for the gold. Oh my god. Okay, sure. Going for the gold expansion. The Lings there, I mean, delaying some mining time. The game will continue. The game will continue. If it wasn't for these Raxes, those Lings that were attacking here would have been across the map. There would have been more Lings here to hammer down against that wall, or hammer against that wall, and more boys would have been pulled. Clem would have still held, but it would have been more expensive, as he would have had to pull extra SCVs to repair. That would have been more denied mining time and more lost resources repairing this wall. So really nice choice to land these Marines just to alleviate pressure, just to allow himself to expand. So Clem does expand. Clem, he relands those Raxes, building up more Marines. Once again to threaten Reynor. Oh, and we're going for a mech follow-up. Okay. And Reynor, he does see a factory in production, but that's a late factory. I mean, that is a sign that that is the second factory, not the first. So Reynor, he has an idea of what's going on. You know, mining is going to be denied. Mining is denied. No Balin that's behind this. No Roachhorn. Uh-oh. And again, it is going to be Battle Mech. We're getting into Battle Mech. We're getting into Mass Cyclone. The gold expansion is going to be helping. We do have a boosted economy. And currently, Clem has not scouted. Clem is unaware. So Clem moves out. Moves out across the map. Link speed is only halfway done. So late link speed here at a Reynor. Very late. Also, if Reynor doesn't expand soon, then Clem is going to be suspicious as to where the third base is. I mean, there should be a third at this point. As the mech is amassing. Reynor, even though I mentioned how there has been a little bit of a sign of things to come, he has not confirmed yet.
Under attack.
Reynor, he has not confirmed. That is a concern. Lings are moving out. Upon seeing the Cyclones, he will know. And he should respond with a Roach Warren and with Roach upgrades. That's how he should respond. He saw the Cyclones, he knows. Yeah, he knows he's going all in. You can see Reynor, he's not droning. He's not droning up his natural. His natural is undersaturated. He's going for the all in instead. He's going for a bust. He's going for the Bane bust. But at the same time, can he defend back at home? I don't think Reynor can. I'll be honest. It's gonna be close. I mean, that is a lot of creep. As here we go, Lings, they flood in. Oh my god. There is a full wall just in time. Banelings, they're gonna knock it down. Yeah, they knock down the full wall. Clem, he's racing back home. And Reynor, he's done it. Reynor, he has broken the main. Again, it was a shaky start here from Clem to begin with. Banelings, they zone away the Hellions. Ooh, one connection. 17 SCV kills. And we have more Lings coming in from behind as well. Yeah, Lings, they collapse in for almost a full surround. Catching out one of the Cyclones. Banelings, they almost crash in. Clem is holding. Okay. Clem, he does hold on. That was a big investment of Ling Bane. And that wasn't the best trade. Again, the Banelings, they just haven't been connecting, but there's still so many Lings. Oh my god. It's still so... Yeah, it's too many. It's too many Lings. Massive connections. More SCVs finally going to be falling. Nice splits here by Clem. But there's... Oof. But there's not really much of an economy left. 21 SCVs remaining. And remember, there's the gold. So even though Reynor's drone count isn't too high, the gold base means that it is a boosted economy. It's bigger than what it looks like. Bigger than it seems. And with that, Clem, he's moving out. Moving out with his Hellion Cyclone. This is his final army. And the Roach Warren is still on the way. It was a later Roach Warren here. Oh, Queens are falling. It was a later Roach Warren out of Reynor. You can see Reynor attempt the surround. Looks down. Oh, some of the Hellions. All of the Hellions even. And the Hellions does collapse on the Cyclone. Nice trades here from Reynor. Ooh, the Lings, they do actually reveal this. They came in from a weird angle, and Reynor, he will be found out. Clem, he finds the gold. Oh, it may not matter there. Oh, yeah, it may not matter. As Lings, they're popping up. More Lings are amassing. Once again, comes in for the surround. Takes down, has to pull the boys. Oh, god. The Blue Flame Hellions, they roast up the mineral line. But still gets cleaned up. Still gets cleaned up. And behind this, how many SCVs? 37. Has been building up. Third CC is done. Can Clem recover? I mean, it's going to be difficult to maintain the gold. Roach speed only just now began, so the Roach army is still lacking. Clem going for a Hellion run by into the Roaches. And GG. GG. He sees the Roaches, and Reynor, he will take a 2-0 lead. GG. Reynor, he does take a lead here, and again, Clem took a chance. Clem took a risk. If you're, as a reminder, winding it back, how did that series begin? Well, Clem, he went for a proxy. Went proxy 3-max Marine bunker rush, and we saw that Reynor, he was able to surround the first 2 Marines. He was able to surround those Marines, able to zone back the army. He did respond with his own spine crawler on the low ground, and Reynor had a very strong start to that defense. As a reminder, the way to what Clem was hoping for was for the boys to be pulled, and then Clem could kite. Clem could build up his Marines slowly over time and kite back and focus down those drones and snowball from there. But he got surrounded. Clem, he got surrounded really fast, really quickly, and he lost his first couple of Marines, and upon losing that, lost all the momentum he had. Like, he didn't have any more momentum. He was zoned back, he was zoned away, the bunker was killed, and with that, GG. With that, GG, well played. Reynor, he shut it down. The game continued from there, but Reynor was very comfortable. Reynor, he basically took a massive lead after the failed proxy of Clem, and Reynor never let it go. Never let it go. He responded with a Bane bust, which was crazy, by the way, against Blue Flame Hellions. I'll be honest, I wasn't too convinced by the Bane bust, but I did enough. Did enough. Now here we go, we're getting into game number 3, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Torches, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the Italian Zerg representing Basilisk, leading the series 2-0, and 1 game away from claiming the entire series. It is Reynor. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the red Terran representing Team Liquid, down heavily in the series. Can he bounce back? Can he recover? Can he make a series out of this? The pressure is on. It is Clem. And welcome one and all to one of the quirkier maps in the map pool. Welcome one and all to Torches. Torches is a very quirky map. It is one of the more vetoed maps in the map pool as well. Welcome to a map where we see a lot of cheese, a lot of all-ins. We have gold bases. We have gold bases on the left, gold bases on the right. We have the gold mineral patches as well to mine through. We have the high ground on the natural. We have the ramp coming into the natural base as well. We have healing pads. We have short rush distance by air. We have short rush distance by ground, depending on if you mine through these minerals. And we just see a lot of all-ins. And do you see what I see? Reynor, what's he going for? Gasless. This is very meta on Torches. So, winding it back here, for those that are curious, for those that maybe weren't around last year, gasless openers were very popular in last year's meta, in last year's map pools. If you remember El Dorado, if you remember, oh god, what was the name of that map? Also with gold patches coming into like another entire portion of the bracket. But there's been a couple of maps in recent times which allow for this kind of play. I want to say even, oh god, my memory is so bad when it comes to, I know what the maps look like, but I just can't remember the names of the maps. There was a map like maybe 2 seasons ago where we had two bases in your main, and you could just wall off on your ramp as well. But basically, because of the ramp coming into the natural, and because this area of the map is inaccessible unless your opponent also mines through these patches, you can get away with these gasless openers. Basically, what's happening here is that you are skipping link speed, you're prioritizing mineral income, you're not wasting anything and making any gas geysers. So because of this, you can rush into the gold base, you can drone up even harder, you can have a stronger economy early on. The downside, no link speed, it means that you are vulnerable to Hellion run-bys and Hellion dives. Clem notoriously is very good at diving in with the Hellions. Checking the vision, Clem more or less, he is aware of what's going on. He's checking for the third base. Here comes the add-on swap into Hellion production. Now, the reason why this is safe on a map like this is because of the ramp. Because there's a ramp coming up the ramp into the natural, we should be walling up. We should be walling this off with Eva Chambers and with a Roach Warren. So if you wall this area off, and if your opponent doesn't mine this area, then there's no way to harass. Now, thankfully, Clem is mining through these patches. He's mining through these patches, so he's gaining access to this area in between the bases. And again, he needs these Hellions to punish Reynor. Punish has been Reynor has been so greedy this game. He's taking his gases now after 3 minutes. You can see now he's walling up, as we mentioned. Like, it is standard to fully wall this area off. There we go, full wall. Does fully wall off. But again, Reynor's been so greedy, and it is on Clem to punish that greed. So far, he hasn't been able to. Behind this, going for a 1-1-1 into Liberator. This is very aggressive out of Clem. He's delaying his third TC in favor of the Liberator, in favor of just a greater army. And here he comes. Now, Clem, he sees this. He sees with the Overlord. He knows that the area, this wall has been opened up, and here come the Hellions. But so far, no saturation at the gold. So far, no saturation. And from here, he can turn this into an all-in. He can turn this into like a +1 timing, roach speed, roach all-in. Which hits quite hard on this map. Meanwhile, you can see the full wall here. Aliens, they turn back around. Once again, a full wall here at the natural. And Reynor, roaches are amassing. Roaches are building up. Now, I was talking about how we can turn this into an all-in where you hit with +1. I don't see any upgrades. The Reynor, he could afford +1 if he wanted to. But he's breaking out for now. And he may just turn this into a hash-based all-in. Otherwise, we should be seeing a lair soon, and we should be seeing upgrades soon. Okay, does pull the boys. Okay, does saturate the gold. Which means he can reinforce with Zerglings, which means he can go for a Ravager, Roach all-in. Liberator into the main, does 9 mining time. Queens are in position. Queen goes down, but the Liberator does fall. Ooh, and you can see Reynor is pulling some boys here to mine and open up this patch. Open up these walls. He thinks better of it. Here come the Ravagers. Now, I expected this to be a Ravager Ling all-in. As you can see, Reynor, he's not making Zerglings. He's still never got Ling speed. He's going into a lair. So this is just for show. This is just for show. He's making an army, a very small hit force, and behind this he's droning. Behind this he's droning, he's saturating, he's taking his gases, getting a lair. We're going to get into upgrades. He's only showing off this army just to force a reaction, just to contain the tearing. And do you see what I see? There's still no expansion. There's still no third TC. This is basically a 2-base all-in out of Clem. Which means the longer this game goes on, the better it is for Reynor. It also means that Reynor currently is vulnerable because he's been droning up quite heavily. And Clem will soon push. And this does look quite terrifying. Again, it comes down to whether or not Clem can keep up. Overlord goes down. He gets a Marine. Rocks are going to be falling. Reynor, he sees. Hellions are deflected. Tanks are moving forward. Hellions, they attempt to run by, but they're going to be denied. Hellions are shut down. They're moving in. And again, remember, there's no expansion. Like, there's no follow-up here. It's all or nothing for Clem. He's trying to end the game with this move out, with this push. Dodging bots. Oh, God. Dodging bots for the most part. Bunkers behind this. Tanks are moving in. Ling speed just not finished. We got 730 Ling speed timing. Let's go. Ling speed is done. And Ling's going to be paramount. Here we go. The boys are being pulled. It's all or nothing for Clem. Either he kills Reynor or he dies trying. Tanks are within range of the mineral line, but Reynor, he's already got a backup base. He already has a backup expansion. It's already good to go. Yeah, and the expansion will eventually go down. We can see Reynor get ready for a massive counterattack. Oh my god. It's a lot of roaches. That's a lot of supply elsewhere. The wall is open. He could just walk in, but he's waiting for Clem to be lured onto creep, to be lured further out. And here he comes. Yeah, here come the roaches, here comes the backstab. Reynor walks right into the natural, and he peels off into the main. SCV is going to be falling. Clem, he races back home. Does go for the mass on siege. Yeah, he's racing back. Meanwhile, oh, the tanks! No, they get left behind. 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks go down. Massive pickoffs. That was the backbone of the army, and now there's 1 tank left. Sorry, 2. There's 2 tanks remaining. Roaches, they bust into the main. They bust into the natural. Here comes the main army coming in from behind. Oh, and one of the final tanks gets surrounded. Hot pickup. Clem does barely save it. He's pinned back against the wall. Biles, will connect. Tanks are falling left and right. Only Marines remaining. And again, Reynor, he's just pulling Clem apart completely. Again, I mean, this is torches for you as well. Like, we expected something weird on torches, and Reynor, he played Clem so well. Clem tried to punish, tried to be aggressive. Even here, it looks like Clem may clean up all these Ravagers. But Reynor, he has a 3-base economy. He can chill. Clem, he's down to 16 SCVs, down to 16 workers. There is no economy left. He'll step forward. Chase down Reynor, gets a roach. Gets a roach, gets an overlord. Here we go, going for a drop play into the bases. With some killer drops, he can maybe pull off a comeback. But, nah, no shot. No shot. GG gets called. And Reynor will take the series 3-0, taking down Clem. GG. A very impressive showing here by Reynor and Clem. Yeah, you can see not looking too happy after that series. And again, of course, there's still the lower brackets. Can still bounce back from that lower bracket, but GG, well played. Reynor will advance on to the grand finals. He has time to chill. He has time to relax. I think Reynor coming over. Yeah, he's coming over. Shake his hand. GG, man. GG. As Clem is knocked down to that lower bracket. And we'll see if he's able to make it through, of course. Hopefully he can, of course, reset his mental a little bit, calm down. Clem can be an emotional player at times, for sure. Not too much here. But he can, of course, take a moment, take a breath, and focus on the upcoming matches. Here we go. As we can take a moment here to refresh the bracket and catch up. Here we go. Okay, as we can scroll down to the lower bracket, we have some updates. Exclamation mark be in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. Ooh, we do have Skillus versus Mana. Skillus versus Mana has only just begun. This is what I mentioned earlier. The lower bracket, there's still a lot of games to play. A lot of matches here are still ongoing. So Geralt is out. Mana takes down Geralt 3-0. Of course, Cristiano takes down Euthermal 3-0. We already covered those matches. We have Skillus versus Mana. They're in game 1. Meanwhile, Cristiano, he's up 2-1 against Lambo. Cristiano is coming in as one of the big, heavy names. I mean, same with Mana, same with Skillus. For sure. Some of the bigger names in the bracket, and Cristiano, he is 1 game away from knocking Lambo out. Likewise, Skillus and Mana still facing off. The winners will play against each other. Then they move on to face up against Clem in that next round. So Clem is waiting in the lower bracket finals for the winner of Skillus, Mana, Lambo, and Cristiano. So again, Clem, he has time. He has time to chill. He has time to relax. So does Reynor. They both have time to just to get some rest, to maybe even power nap, especially if they're tired from the trip, from the flight. They can try to like power nap for like an hour. To be honest, like, to get these are best of 5s. To get through all these best of 5s, it'll be over an hour before the next matches. So Clem and Reynor, they have time to try to rest and try to recover and try to recuperate, for sure, as the others do battle it out. Oh boy. Otherwise, we are going to be going on a break. We're going to be going on a break. When we come back, we will have our next series. Which series exactly? Hard to say. We might jump in mid-series into either Skillus versus Mana or into Lambert versus Cristiano. We'll figure it out. Until then, we're going to be going on a short break, and we'll see you guys soon after the break, as a bunch of players are just now coming out of game. So we'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.